Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22. We've got a trailer up in our field that we can sell. There is a trailer up there that we can sell. That one did actually cost us a bit of money, so we got a little bit of money tied up in that trailer. Because it's not particularly, like, even if we did get the autoload version of that one, it's not particularly good. We'll use this one for doing our autoload stuff. This can be for bales and pallets and everything. Right, we've got everything we need with this little trailer here. And we'll worry about a bigger trailer for bales or something some other time. We don't need to worry about it at the moment. I'm just hoping eventually that the autoload pack, the trailer pack, might change. We'll see on that one. I don't know how it's going to pan out, whether or not we can even, because I did try making an adjustment on it with one of the trailers before, but it would only stack the bales one high, and I didn't think that was particularly useful. It also didn't stack them very well either, so I wasn't very impressed with that. But I think I was using big bales. I really want to know what's going to happen if I try to stack big bales on this one. Let's not get involved with that. Carry on up this way, and we'll go back and we'll get the other bales. And what was the other thing I wanted to do? I mean, we got, so there's other trailer that we could go and sell, and we've got some wool at the moment. There's more wool going to obviously accumulate before the end of winter. We'll be selling our wool in the spring. If we've achieved 60,000 euros before then, we can take the wool that we've got and we can turn it in, we can process it through the spinnery, because we buy the spinnery and we process it, and there's that pile of seed, what a waste. We can process that in the spinnery, and then we've got fabric, and then we can take that fabric and we can sell it at the supermarket for much more than we would have had for the wool. So, like, we're already heading in the right direction doing that, rather than selling the wool direct. That's a much better thing. And then we need to save up another 100,000 in order to be able to get the tailor shop, but that's going to have to come a little bit later, because we've got to get the combine first, and I don't remember how much the combine was, but I have another mod, although I don't have it active on here yet. So at the moment, cotton beet, where's the, oh, there, harvesters. Right. What was the one that I was looking at the moment? There was, I think it was actually, yeah, it was that one, wasn't it? So we're going for that one at the moment, but there is another one. I've got a Bison, is it TMZ? TMZ pack? Bison? I don't know, Bison something. But you've got a pack of Bison combines. They're not Mod Hub ones. This is a pack, I think I got it on Mod Hoster or somewhere. I don't actually have the pack active on this playthrough at the moment. I completely forgot about it. But that might be the answer. It's a lot cheaper than the 55,000. It's a smaller combine. It's a much older combine. But it might be what we want. It might be just the ticket. And I'm flashing on fuel right now. I forgot about the fuel again. Okay, this is the really important part. We must get fuel. As soon as we've loaded up these bales, we will go down into town. I am actually flashing now, and I desperately need fuel. So we will go around this way. We'll get these bales on. We'll head down the hill. And the very first thing we need to do is to buy fuel for this tractor. So we'll go up through the town rather than head in the other way where I went last time. So I'm going to come down here like this. And we load on the first couple of bales. A couple more. And that one there. And then I got one more bale over here. Takes us up to, is it 42,000? Why aren't you loading? What's wrong with that bale? Bale right there, what's wrong with that one? Is that a part bale or something? 3,500. Mass 100. 620. Why are those all mass 100 kilos? Let me just reverse that over there a minute and do that. And then come over here. It's loaded it now. I don't know why it didn't like it just now, but it didn't. And now it doesn't like them at all. Is it the height of the bales? Something a little bit weird going on here. We managed to get all of them loaded last time, but now it doesn't like them. Might have decided that they're too heavy or something. It's because it's trying to load these bales a fraction too high. And that's causing it some problems. I don't know why it's doing that. But what I'm doing is I'm driving around. There, right. So you just kind of got to drive around different ways to get them to load up. So that was a little bit weird. I don't quite know why it was doing that. But we've now got them all loaded on and where I want them. I'm not going to try taking them off again. So there's obviously a little bit of a slight issue with it. But, I mean, that's the first time I've seen any problems. And I did do quite a bit of testing with this previously when I was, like, when I first got the update for the bales. I did go and do quite a bit of testing with loading bales, just seeing what it was like, and I didn't have any problems with it. That's the first time I've had issues with it. I did, like I said before, I tried just enabling bales on one of the autoload trailer pack that we've also got. And on that one, I could only get it to load one layer high. So maybe it's something to do with this as well. Maybe it's where it's sort of loading and how much it's taking. And it sort of decided that's as high as it's going to go. It won't go any higher than that. So I'm going to... There, that's... Unload pallets, tip side left. Okay, I changed the tip side so we're going down the hill. I can't press the brakes hard or we're going to end up like sliding and that causes a problem. See, right there, it does actually do it. I love the fact that the physics are that good. I see, I don't get this. I go on to like the forum and, you know, some of the Facebook pages and that, and people are really complaining hard about the physics of the game and how they don't work and they're not realistic and it's awful and this game is the worst game ever. It is absolutely the single best farming game there is. There is no farming simulator game that is better than this by a long shot. Quite a few companies have seen how successful this is and have made their own farming simulator games. There was Pro Farming. There was another one as well. I can't remember what it was called. But they all failed. Like, none of them were anywhere near as good as this. I tried a few of them. Did some series on some of them, and none of them were anywhere near as good as Farming Simulator. So I don't think that the issue is down to Farming Simulator not being able to get perfect physics on it. I think it's down to the fact that it's not possible to do it yet. Like, the code isn't there. I mean, you've got quite a few companies that have tried to cash in on the farming game genre, and none of them have been able to do anything like as good as Farming Simulator, and we still get the same tired old complaints from people saying that, well, they've failed, they've done a really appalling job here, anyone could do it better. Generally, these are the kinds of comments that come from people who've never written a line of code in their lives, and I don't get that. Like, this game's amazing. Yes, I know the physics aren't exactly like real life, but I don't know of any computer game that has managed to successfully simulate full real-life physics. Not anywhere. If you can tell me a simulator game that gives 100% realistic, real-life physics, please let me know. I would love to know which one it is. I believe there are some flight simulator games that are pretty close. I'm willing to accept that, yes. Right, we definitely need this fuel. Look at that. Flash it now. I don't know how much we're going to take to fill this one up. Let's go. Fill this one up. It won't tell us how many litres we take. Actually, we can find out. Oh no, I don't know how much fuel is. 288 in fuel costs. Right. Actually, I think our tractor's a small tractor. Have a look. No, no. Is it a mod tractor? There it is. Right, this one right here. 250 litres it takes in fuel. Okay, so we've gotten that much information. Now, do we actually have fuel here anywhere? That would be a sale price rather than a purchase price. Diesel. Selling diesel, gas station, 125. 288. That's per 1,000 litres. It's always per 1,000, isn't it? We're at 288. That would indicate... I'm wondering if that's maybe per 100 litres. Let me have a look again. Diesel there. There are no fluctuations. Prices per 1,000 litres. I don't think that is per 100. I think that per 1,000. I think that's for 100. Which would kind of make sense. $125 for that. That would make more sense. There goes the train. And as soon as he's gone through. See, it should be lifting up now. Like, why do we have to wait a long time after the train's gone through? Let us have that time. Let the lights start going and give us enough time to actually get across the crossing before the barrier comes down, rather than lights, barrier, and then instantly the train turns up. And then it just kind of sits there looking at you afterwards. But I had quite a few people agree with me on that one. They said it does seem a little bit bizarre, the fact that the train goes through and then the barriers stay down. You don't get much warning beforehand. So if you're trying to get a big road train, if you've got like several trailers and your tractor, or you've just got a lorry with a whole load of trailers on the back as well, you can run into difficulties. If you miscalculate and the train, or you don't see the train and then the barrier starts as you started to go across, you can get stuck and not get all the way across before the barrier comes down on top of you, because it happens so quickly. And that's a bit of a nuisance. It is a little bit of a jolly nuisance when the train plows into your vehicle and catapults your trailers halfway across the map. It's a bit of a jolly nuisance in real life when a train plows into your vehicle. You know, it's bad things all around. Right. We have our second 7,500. So we're going to go over here. We're going to sell this. And then once we've done that, I'm thinking that we'll possibly have a look at what we've got with our trailer. We'll have some greenhouse produce that we can go and sell as well. Though I'm not going to do it yet. I'm going to wait until I've got more of a trailer load. So we can take that down. We haven't got much in the way of honey at the moment. Like, we've not really done anything with honey production yet. So let's just drive this one straight on to here, like this, and then it straps off and it sells them. Boom, 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 boom. 7,900 euros right in there for silage. 181. It's actually gone up a little bit. Nice. Right, and this is where we find out, because 188 there is the highest price that it reaches. And this is where we'll end up, where it will go up to, like, 220, and then we'll be thinking, why on earth did we sell so soon? But I wanted the money because I want to try and get that stuff invested. Because if we can get that, we don't need to worry about the prices for wool. We just want to get it to get down there, and then we can start getting it turned into fabric. Now, fabric does also have a seasonal fluctuation, but that goes all the way up to 3,800 in April. So we want to hold on to it till then, and then we want to sell it at the supermarket. The moment it's 2,300. It's all the way up to that, which is just insane. That is a beautiful, beautiful price right there. So if we can get that, that would be amazing. Clothing is even better, but there's 100,000 investment to get to that, so we won't be getting to that just yet. And then obviously we've got the eggs here. Now eggs are good money makers, and there's 2 peaks on this one. We've got November peak and we've got a June peak as well, both close to that 1,300, 1,400-ish up there, which will be amazing. So it's going to be good if we can get the chickens going as well, but we can't do that until after we've harvested our wheat, and we need a combine for that. Now, I'm not sure how much the Bison combine will be. I can't remember, but I will have that pack active on this map, ready for the next time that we do some... the next time that I'm back doing some recording. And down it comes. Hello, train. Okay, I gotta drive back up. I'm gonna have some coffee a minute. There are still 1 or 2 truffles left on this map that we can go hunting for as well, and all of you have said absolutely go and find all the truffles, so there's that money that we can use. If I could find the rest of the truffles on the map, that might actually be what we want to go and do. Not today, we want to get this one back, so that we've... yeah, and then we can skip the night and move on to October. Possibly we are going to have to buy a weeder. I've got a front weight on at the moment, so I can't... Unless I can put the front weight on the trailer, it would be rather difficult to do. I'd have to lift it on there with the pallet forks. I don't think I could do that. And the weeder goes on the 3-point linkage. I think we'll just have to drive the tractor back down to pick up a weeder another time. But at least we've got a full tank of fuel. That's one important job done. Around this way. Yeah, so I think we will try and hunt out the remaining truffles. And once we've done that, that should give us, with produce that we want to sell from our greenhouses, that would take us, I think, up to the 60,000 that we want for buying the spinnery. And actually, let me go and find a spinnery a second. Not you. Supermarket. Oh, spinnery's over there. Visit. Let's just try doing it like this, shall we? Let's just try jumping over and visiting. So I've got this spanner right here. Go into there. It is 60,000. So we know that that one is exactly 60,000 euros. That's fine. That's what we want. We will head back up the mountain, and then we can skip the night before we start trying to do anything with hunting out the remaining cheeses. Cheeses? Truffles. They're truffles. They're rare truffles. Before we start trying to hunt out the rest of them. So I know that we found one at the station. We found one near the spinnery in town. Those are taken care of. We found several that were on swings. I've not had other suggestions for the last couple of remaining ones, and we've only got like 1 or 2. So I'm going to go and look them up on a how-to guide and see where they are, and then we'll see if the how-to guide is any good, and we will see if we can go and collect them. Because I don't want to spend absolutely ages just wandering aimlessly around the map. That's going to be really, really tedious for anybody to watch, and fairly tedious for me to do myself. So we won't bother with, like, actually just wandering around. Beautiful echo coming off the water. I love the way it does that. The sound is so hugely improved. It really is. It's absolutely amazing. The Antonio Carraro DLC has been released. We've got a whole load of tractors in it, various different types and sizes, from 38 horsepower up to 98 horsepower. 98 is maximum. They're all designed for vineyard and olive plantation work. and that's what the company specializes in. And they look amazing. They look absolutely fantastic. My only issue with them is that Giants have gone and released this pack that is exclusively, well, not exclusively, but it's all around their new crops that they introduced, which was the grapes and the olives. Now, the grapes and the olives have got whole new mechanics and everything, and they're really good. I like them. I know that the grapes and the olives, it's not to everybody's taste, and I can understand that. That's fine. But what I don't understand is why Giants have released all of these tractors that are to do with the grapes and the olives, and they're for use on them. But what they haven't released is any additional tools. We've got a very, very limited selection of tools that we can go and use for doing grapes and olives. And this DLC would have been the absolute perfect opportunity to add in a few extra. Maybe a trailed grape harvester and a trailed olive harvester that sort of eliminated the massive, great, big kind of financial block to being able to do anything with grapes and olives. Because at the moment, the only way that you can harvest them, not in there, is in here, with one of those. And that's €250,000, right? So that's kind of like blocks you. Now, there is a mod that I did find recently that allows you to go and manually pick grapes. I don't know if it works for olives as well, but you can at least do it with grapes. And I thought that was absolutely amazing. It's brilliant. That's what we want. But I haven't seen it. I haven't really seen much sign of it, and I had to go and search that one out. It does also come with a trailer that will pick up the grape containers that you put the grapes into, and like the overall idea of it is absolutely brilliant. I really, really like it. So I'm hoping that we see a bit more of that mod, because that mod does genuinely look amazing. What do we got in here? Food and water. Let's go into the actual animal screen here a minute, and we can see. So we're about half on grass, about half on water. We've got a bit of wool coming along, and we're about the same in here. So I've got 3 sheep there that are on 9 months old, and they're partway through on the reproduction bit there. That's fine. And here, so those in that second sheep pasture, they are... all sheep are producing wool as adults. And this one, they've got another month to go before all sheep are producing. So that's this paddock here. We've still got half of these sheep aren't actually producing wool. And then up in this one, we've got all sheep are producing wool up here. So I'm going to just take a bale from the stack, and I'm going to put 1 bale in there like that, and I'm going to do the same down here with the other ones. Didn't reach. Like that, and chuck that one in there. Okay. So now we've got 2,000 litres of food. There's 900 litres of water. That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to worry about any more of that. The greenhouses down here. Take a swift trot on down this way. I have got 11,000 litres of water, and I've got 4 pallets of tomatoes right there, and I've got the same, and then we've got all of these pallets, plus there's 4 pallets of strawberries being stored in the actual greenhouse. It's not full yet. We've got plenty more room in there. That's the strawberries one right here. It's got that many, so you can store quite a bit, so we don't need to worry about that for a minute. So I'm going to go over to here, to the Mahindra, and I need to figure out where the remaining truffles are. Okay, the first one that I'm fairly sure that we don't have is down here, south of field 22. So I am going to take this one for a wee spin, back around this way, and we are going to go racing over to field 22 to get that first one, and then I can have a look through and we can see what else it is that we want to go and get. So yeah, there is a tractor in the new DLC, the Antonio Carraro DLC. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly or not. I said Carrero, I think, when I was first looking at them, which is definitely wrong. there is a new tractor in there that kind of looks a bit like the Mahindra, except it's bigger. It's got a bigger back to it, so you've got a bit more space for carrying things around. However, the top speed on it is much more sedate. I think about 22 kilometers an hour. So for sheer speed and maneuverability, the Mahindra takes it, but that little tractor, I don't think it's got 3-point link on the back for that one. Every other one has 3-point link, but I don't think that the one that looks a bit like the Mahindra had 3-point links on the back. But yeah, for speed and maneuverability and everything, the Mahindra is definitely the one to have. But if you want a larger capacity to carry things around, then you're wanting to go and get that other one. Now, straps. The Mahindra does actually have 2 straps. The other one has straps on it as well. I did make sure that you could put straps on there, and that all works absolutely fine. Something that we do need to check, we forgot to check when we were up at our house, was what the situation is with the fields of wheat and whether or not there are any weeds growing in it. So, down here, there is a shelter I'm looking for. It's a marquee there. Although, in the autumn, it's not actually got a cover on it. I think in the summer, I think if you go and hunt around in the summer months, so there's our cheese. If you go hunting around in the summer months, this actually does have a cover on it. It's a lime green in colour. But come in here in the autumn, it's a seasonal adjustment. They've removed that one, and they just have the framework there. That's actually really cool. That is a really, really awesome touch. I like that. That is absolutely brilliant. Okay, there's 2 to go. There's 10,000. I'm stuck. There we go. Right, I have 10,000. Let me have a look and see what the next one is. Well, that's not very helpful. It says it's on a bench on a windy road south of town overlooking town. I'm assuming it must be along here somewhere, but that's where we drive up. We drive up that road every day. Maybe it's up here. It says south of town. Perched on a bench to the south of the city centre, just off of a winding road overlooking the town. So here's the city centre, off of a winding road overlooking the town. So it's either, it might actually be up here. It might actually be, we may have to carry further on up. Let's have a look. Even if you've got a guide telling you where these things are, it's still impossible to find them sometimes. Alright. Let's see how good the Mahindra is. Can we get up the steps? Oh, yes. That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful Mahindra. That is fantastic. That's a screenshot, that is, right there. Alright, enough messing around. It is apparently up. There's a bench. Is it on that one? Is that the bench? Yes, that is the bench. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.